guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Onika. If you're new here, welcome in, and if you're returning, thanks for coming back. So today we have a video that I've been promising for ages. We are going to be going over the Unified collection from Oner Active. Pretty much everything I've tried from that collection, which is pretty much most of it. We're just going to go over the basics of each piece, overall fit, sizing recommendations, just a quick overview just to give you an idea of the collection. And hopefully by the end of this video, you will have seen a couple pieces that you would like to try yourself. Oner Active's Unified collection is their performance line. The fabric is sweat wicking, slick performance, stretchy yet compressive, so really good for high impact workouts. So let's go ahead and get into the overview. First thing we'll go over are the bras that this collection offers. The first one I've tried is the Ultra Micro V-neck bralette. That one I tried in my 12 days of gains video from last year, so I'll link that below. I didn't go with my normal size medium. I sized up for more coverage. Definitely didn't help that much. This bra is so low cut, so it's cleavage city. Not a fan. The band, obviously, because I sized up to a large, was really loose on me. Even though it was loose, though, I wasn't falling out of the bottom, but there was really bad gaping. I know later on they replaced this bra with the Easy Lift version, which I think fits a lot better. I reviewed that in my hybrid collection review. I'll link that below as well. Yeah, this bra is definitely going to be light support, light coverage. Definitely more of a smaller bust friendly bra for sure. There's a vertical strap on the back of the bra that's adjustable, but that's pretty much it. The straps that cross over your traps do not adjust whatsoever. But I would say if you were to pick up this bra, definitely get your normal size. I don't think you need to size up. If you're worried about it digging into your traps or anything like that, I don't think sizing up is really going to help that much because, again, those straps that go across your traps are not adjustable. And then if you size up, you're just going to lose that extra bit of support that the band gives you. So I definitely would not recommend sizing up in this bra. I think go with your normal size. If you want a little bit more coverage, this is not going to be the bra for you. If you want more support, it's not going to be the bra for you. So I would just skip this altogether. Next bra I have is the Unified Micro Bralette. Definitely a fan favorite. This bra does have adjustable straps. The straps cross on the back. Overall, I think it's a far more comfortable design because of that adjustability. I also think it does pretty well with larger bust size. I wouldn't say it's going to be like full coverage by any means or offer a ton of support, but it's definitely a little bit better than the last bra that I showed you. The only reason I personally don't gravitate towards this bra very much is because I don't have a use for it. It's not one that I like to train in. Also, I can't really wear it under tops very much because it does show a little bit like through the fabric as far as like the cut of it. There's just other bras that Oner offers that I prefer, but I would say this bra is also definitely true to size. If you're in between sizes, maybe go with a larger size. Definitely true to size. I would only size up if you're in between sizes, but otherwise just go with your normal size in this bra. Next bra we have is the Unified Twist Sports Bra. This one has a little bit more customization to it. There's a lot going on in the back with the straps. However, you can remove one of those straps and turn it into a halter. And then that halter is also adjustable. So there's a ton of adjustability with this bra for sure. Again, the coverage is quite low at the front. It is cut quite low. Um, Overall, this bra I think is a nice one. I think it fits me really well, but it's another bra that I don't really have a use for. I wouldn't feel comfortable training in it at the gym. It's not really one that I would reach for, so I didn't keep it for that reason. I would definitely say true to size. If you're in between sizes, you can go with the larger size. Again, with all the bras that I mentioned so far, support is pretty much light to moderate for all of them. Nothing is high impact so far. Unified does have a bra that is high impact. It's called the Unified Double Layer Sports Bra, I think. I'll put the correct name on the screen. This bra is definitely going to give you a lot more support, a lot more coverage. I have tried that bra before. If I do have pictures of it, I'll put it on the screen. Honestly, the support is great. The coverage is fantastic. I just didn't like the way it looked on me personally. But I would say if you're definitely looking for a bra in the Unified collection that's going to give you that support and that coverage, maybe go for the Unified double layer bra. Now we're moving on to the Unified tops. First up, we have one of my favorite pieces, which is the Unified V-neck crossback vest. I have so many of these tops. I absolutely adore them. The fit is so nice. It's so comfortable. I wear them to train. I wear them to go out. I think they're very versatile. Because the straps are adjustable, I feel like you can make it as snug or as loose as you want, and you can also alter the support that way as well. It does have a built-in bra, which I love tops that have built-in bras. It makes it so much easier to wear. Built-in bra is only on the front of the bra. However, I still feel like it does give me decent support, mainly from the fabric. Unified is a little bit more compressive, so I just feel a lot more supported in this top. I would say it's definitely true to size. If you're in between sizes and don't want it to be super snug, you can size up. I'm typically in between a size small and medium for most brands. With Oner, I typically go for mediums, but in this top specifically, I get a small just because I do not want the waist to be super wrinkly on me, and the small fits me just fine. It is a little bit of cleavage, not too much, but if you take the cup pads out, that kind of helps a little bit. But yeah, this is one of my top picks from the Unified collection for sure. Next up, we have the twist front short sleeve and long sleeve crop tops. These launched earlier this year in the Dress Cute Lift Heavy collection, and I reviewed them as well. I will link that in the description below. These tops were so painful for me personally. Like they were so tight on my lats. It was making my back hurt so badly. I don't know if they changed them because they have released them again in different colors. I don't know if they've updated the fit whatsoever. I haven't seen any communication about that, but I could not stand these tops. They cleavage is crazy, out of this world cleavage. I think it's definitely a top that's probably a little bit better for like smaller bust. If you bigger busted and wear this top, the cleavage is insane. But yeah, overall, this top not very comfortable. I would say definitely size up 100%, especially if you have a wider back or bigger lats. It's going to dig in and it's going to dig in badly. Now we're moving on to the unified bottoms. First up, we have one of my favorites, the unified wrap shorts. I find the unified wrap line so flattering. It cinches your waist in and gives you like a beautiful hourglass shape without being too compressive. I really, really love the unified wrap line. The shorts I think are so flattering. It's a 6-inch inseam. It doesn't really roll up on me or anything. I feel like unified stays in place pretty well, but it is 6 inches. For some people, they might need it a little bit longer. But for me, it is perfect, super comfortable. I wear these all the time. I want every single color that it comes in. It is so flattering. Unified material is actually really, really nice when it comes to squat proofness. For the most part, I have had issues with that. I would say the lighter colors, though, are a little bit less squat proof than the darker colors, which is to be expected, but just keep that in mind. Overall, none of them have been completely sure on me, and I have a wide array of colors in this line. So definitely stick true to size. If you're in between sizes and you're worried about compression, you could size up, but honestly, you don't need to. But I will only say to size up if you're in between sizes and don't want too much compression. Next up, we have the high-waisted shorts. Now, this is similar to the unified wrap shorts, just the waistband is going to be high rise, and it's going to be straight across like a normal waist. These have gone through a little bit of a change. When they first launched, they were definitely a lot snugger. A lot of people had to size up one full size. Now they're more true to size. They've added an inch or a half inch to the waist, so it's a little bit less tight. I definitely feel that with the newer colors. Just like the unified wrap shorts, I find these shorts very, very flattering. I think if I had to decide between the two, I would still go for the unified wrap just because that waistband I just find more flattering. Similar comments to the unified wrap shorts, I would say for the unified high-waisted shorts, definitely true to size, especially now that they've made updates to it. If you're in between sizes, you can definitely size up because the unified, again, is a more compressive fabric. So if you don't want that compression, you can definitely size up and that will definitely help. Now we have the unified double layer shorts. Now these look like running shorts. They're not marketed as such, but they kind of look like them. They have like a windbreaker material on the outside, and then the lining on the inside is basically a unified high-waisted short underneath. The waistband is honestly not very compressive. I would say it's definitely like more on the moderate side, definitely not high compression whatsoever. There are pockets on either side, which is really nice. Small pockets, you can put like keys or something in there. If you're like one of those hybrid athletes, I think these shorts would be really nice for something like that. I have quite a few colors of these as well. I find them super flattering and super cute. Really nice shorts to go on a walk in. I know people who go on runs with these as well and they don't mind them. Again, they're not specifically designed for that, but you can use them for running if you want. It's absolutely up to you. I would say again, these are true to size. If you're in between sizes, you can definitely size up. It'll also give you a little bit more length if that's what you're looking for. Just really quickly, I forgot to talk about the high-waisted leggings. Similarly to the shorts, they did make changes to the waist so it's a little bit looser. But honestly, I do not like the high-waisted leggings at all. I find them extremely compressive in the legs, especially in darker colors. And honestly, the waistband is not the most flattering in the leggings for me personally. I would definitely stick to the shorts, especially if you have a shorter torso. But similar comments to the shorts. The body of the leggings are a little bit more compressive while the waist is a little bit looser. Personally, I wouldn't size up in the leggings. I don't think that would really help. It would just make the waist bigger. But just keep that in mind. If you're going to get these, stick true to size. However, just keep in mind the darker colors are going to be a lot more compressive. If you're in between sizes, you could size up, but just be mindful that the waist is a little bit looser now, so it might gape a little bit if you size up unnecessarily. So we have the unified wrap leggings. Similarly to the unified wrap shorts, I love these leggings so much. Very similar comments. I would say though, with the leggings, the darker colors are a little bit more compressive than the lighter colors. I've definitely noticed that. I feel like with darker colors, it kind of like squeezes my glutes down a little bit. I still think the fabric is definitely stretchy enough where it stretches out a little bit with wear, but unified again is that compressive material. So just keep that in mind. Same sizing advice as the shorts, true to size. If you're in between sizes, you can go up a size. So keep in mind that the unified wrap line is a little bit more on the mid-rise size versus the high-waisted line. They're not specifically called out as like a mid-rise legging, but I would definitely say the rise is a lot shorter than the high-waisted unified bottom. So just keep that in mind. We have the high-waisted pocket leggings. I think these are probably my least favorite bottoms from the Unified collection. I just find the fit really unflattering. It's weird because I thought that, they're just going to be a unified legging with pockets. The fit would be the same. I don't find the fit to be the same at all. I sized up in this because the fabric is very compressive. And even in a size medium, it was so compressive in the legs and the glutes. Only thing that was loose was the waist for me, and it didn't feel high waisted either. Like it was quite low on me too. It didn't matter how many times I pulled it up. It just didn't reach at a high rise for me. Not sure what's going on with those leggings. But yeah, I would say for these, maybe stick with your normal size. But if you're worried about compression, I would skip these leggings altogether. And then we have a unified wrap flares. I love these so much. Again, it's a unified wrap line. I'm obsessed. But the flares are so flattering, and I love that you can work out in them because the unified fabric is that slick performance material. As far as which length to get, my height is 5'5" and my inseam is 30 inches. I go for the regular length, which is 34 inches. So I typically go for flares that are maybe like 3 to 4 inches longer than my inseam, and it usually fits me pretty well. So I would say do the same thing. Far as sizing, definitely go with your normal size. It is 100% true to size. I don't think you need to size up at all. Again, though, unified, if you're in between sizes, you could size up for a little bit less compression, but I find these to be very, very true to size. Now for the jackets, there are two unified jackets. There's a unified original jacket and then the unified pocket jacket. Both fit pretty similar. For the pocket jacket, definitely true to size. The fabric feels a little bit stretchier and more forgiving than the original unified jacket. And these do have zip pockets, which are pretty roomy. I think you can definitely fit a phone in there for sure. Ventilation flap on the back. However, with the unified pocket jacket, it's a little bit sewn down on the back a little bit more, so the ventilation flap doesn't push out as much as it used to. It includes thumb holes. The sleeves are a bit longer on these than they are with the original jacket, so overall a little bit more of a comfortable fit. Definitely true to size. If you're in between sizes and don't want too much compression, you can definitely size up, but I don't think you need to. Personally, I find this fabric to be overall a bit more forgiving. As for the original unified jacket, that one is a little bit more compressive for sure. Again, no pockets. Ventilation flap on the back is not sewn down, so it does push out a little bit more with movement. These are also a little bit shorter on these, so it does feel a little bit more snug. But I still really do like this jacket. But for me personally, I just prefer the unified pocket jacket. The overall fit's a little bit more comfortable for me, and I just like the cut of it a little bit better. So for the unified jacket, I would say to definitely size up if you're in between, just because it's more compressive for sure. But again, I size down in the jacket. I wear a size small both in the pocket and the normal version, just because I don't want the waist to be wrinkly. It's a little bit more fitted, and that's how I want it to be. And lastly, we have the all-in-ones. So the Unified collection has three all-in-ones. I believe one of them is discontinued. This is a crossback all-in-one. It is my favorite all-in-one they have ever done. It is so flattering. There's adjustability, good coverage, really, really good bust coverage. Like I get really good side boob coverage with this all-in-one specifically. Um, I went with a size small. Usually with all-in-ones, I go with my size for bottoms because that's how I want it to fit. And I kind of sacrifice a little bit of coverage when it comes to my bust. But for this specific all-in-one, 10, 10, no notes. It is so, so flattering. Definitely a little bit compressive, but not super compressive. Like I don't feel like the waist is super compressive or the shorts. I'm not too sure what the inseam is, but I feel like it does look a little bit shorter than 6 inches, maybe like 5, 5.5. So just keep that in mind. I don't think Honor sells this anymore, but if you see it on resale sites, highly recommend it. Then we have the scoop back all-in-one. This is the 6-inch inseam. I think they originally launched a 5-inch version of this maybe last September for their birthday drop. Now they have a 6-inch version. I love these so much. My only issue with them is the side boob. I would love a little bit more coverage there, but I think this is so flattering. Absolutely adore it. Similar comments to the crossback all-in-one. I find it really flattering. There's adjustable straps, so you can make it looser, tighter, whatever you need. The inseam is a little bit longer, so that does really help with any like rolling or sliding up. It still does slide up a little bit though. Just keep that in mind. So I would definitely say true to size for this 100%. If you're in between sizes, again, with all of Unified, you can definitely size up only if you're in between and don't want too much compression. And lastly, we have the scoop back all-in-one, the long version. This is basically a unified high-waisted legging at the bottom. It's definitely going to be a little bit more compressive than the shorts for sure, especially in the darker colors. I think this is really flattering, but it's not my favorite if I had to pick the long version versus the short version, just because with the long version, I find with somewhere it kind of tends to pull down a little bit. So you're losing coverage on the back and you might have to keep adjusting that a little bit throughout the day. But yeah, I would say true to size. If you're in between sizes, again, size up, especially with this piece because of how it tends to pull down a little bit with any sort of tension. So yeah, definitely keep that in mind. Okay, so that is all for the Unified collection. I would say my top picks from the Unified collection, I would definitely recommend picking up. Number one, anything Unified wrap, the shorts, the leggings, the flares. I love them all. Highly recommend them. I would also definitely recommend the Unified pocket jacket. I really, really like the design of it and the way it fits now. And the fact that it has pockets is another plus. And then lastly, I would say maybe the all-in-one, definitely the short version. I'm not a massive fan of the legging version, but I think the short version of them, like the 6-inch, even the original crossback one, with that's like about 5.5 inches. I find those pieces to be super, super flattering. So those are definitely my top picks for Unify. I hope this video helped. I know I went through everything very, very quickly, but a lot of these pieces I already have reviewed in great detail on my channel. So definitely go check those videos out. I'll definitely make sure to link them in the description as well, just so it's easier to find. But again, I hope this was very, very helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe before you head out, and I'll see you in the next one.